Explaining the Yeeps 2.0 map. Yeeps 2.0 just launched, and one of the biggest comments we're seeing is the map is confusing, which we understand. In this video, we'll show you how to find things like private worlds, OG maps, community worlds, free items, new content, and more. When you first load into Yeeps 2.0, you'll come into this Gnome Capital map. Whether you came from tutorial or the portal room, both lead to this map. The Gnome Capital map is kind of the hub for the game. Here you can find everything you need from dressing rooms, tech webs, achievement boards, new loot quests, and even pet salesmen. Every map in the game also eventually leads back to the Gnome Capital. At the time of recording this video, you have 5 paths you can follow from the Gnome Capital. 2 just bring you directly to individual maps, both of which can be found behind the map board in the center of the capital. First we have Campsite, which can be found right behind the map, and next we have Bungo's Basement, which can be found right over here under this house. Both of these maps are hide and seek tag with pins. You can tell based off the sign that's right by their entrance. If you go back to the Gnome Capital, there are 3 more paths to be discovered, all of which can be found if you follow this trapdoor right behind the map. Once under the capital, if you follow this bridge, it'll take you towards the snow biome, with several maps like Snow Village and Tag Towers. It's important to know that you'll go through some smaller areas that may not be labeled on the big map, and while these seem like just passageways, if you explore, you can find some hidden areas within these maps. Across all of the maps, you'll also find pathways under construction. Here is where new maps may be added in the coming days. We just didn't want to overwhelm you with having them all at once. That's why we're releasing a map a day for the following week after launch. Now if you make your way back through the snowy area to the Gnome Capital, there are 2 more paths from here to be discovered, both of which can be found from back under the capital. Build Central is through this path, which we'll get to in a second, and you can find a cave if you follow this hallway. This cave has multiple exits, one of which leads you to the Ocean Village, and another will take you through some fantasy maps like Fantasy Village and Infested Invasion. Everything you have seen so far has been a part of the playable map. The other half of the map is the building related area. If you head over to Build Central from the Gnome Capital, you'll come into this hub with 4 paths, each marked with their own flag. Here is also where you can find the free item stand. Now, if you follow the purple flag, it'll lead you over to your private world. Here you can join private codes or work on your own worlds. Back in the Build Central, if you follow the yellowish flag, you'll find the community world portal. This is where you can explore other players' builds and find all the community worlds you know and love. Following the light blue flag will bring you over to the rotating OG map. Don't worry, there'll be more ways to explore OG maps in the future. And finally, following this flag will bring you over to the wilds. There is a wild for each biome currently in the game. While the Yeeps 2.0 world will go through some massive changes over the next couple weeks, this video should help you get your bearings and prepare for what's to come. Let us know any other questions you have down in the comments.